All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now on the record, so let's go ahead and try to keep it PG-13 if we can, please. This is the beginning of the September 2021 council meeting for Awake in the North. All seated council members are present except for Galaxy, the scribe, and Chris, our chancellor of the emissary program. Everybody else is present and accounted for. So let's jump right in it. Anya, how are you, dear?
Well, I am not coughing my lungs out anymore, which is a plus.
That is a good thing.
It's a
Yes.
good thing. I am friggin' exhausted from work, but 2 new ladies started this week, and hopefully they'll catch on really quickly, and that'll be good.
Awesome. And what news do you have for us on the member side of things?
All right, so as far as members being accepted through applications on the website, we have 11 since August 25th.
So last month.
11 new members, yes, that were accepted through the website. The public group has seen more growth as well. It's currently sitting at 1,736 total members. Of those, 653 are considered active members, which I consider to be pretty good considering that there were a lot of holdovers from before we revamped things that I
Right.
expect are just, lurkers at this point. So yes, that's good. Thursday, still the most popular day. Thor.
Awesome. Does it
In
show
the
what post is the most popular?
It does, and it's Becca.
It is Becca. Awesome.
It is Becca, yes.
Becca, you get the award for Employee of the Month. Good job.
Okay.
Okay.
In the members group, we're up to 187 total members, and of those, 169 are considered active. So I think that's a really good percentage, personally.
We have 187, you said?
Total, and 169 that are considered active.
Okay. Through the website, we have a total of 300 some odd actual members that are registered through Awake in the North. Is that correct?
Yes, 'tis. We're up to 365.
So roughly half of them are active in the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Discord is still very active and happening. I still see there's a pretty big difference between the people that are active on Discord versus the people that are active in the Facebook site. There's still not a ton of overlap. I think a lot of our members that have been accepted through the site that we're not seeing in Facebook, they're participating in the Discord a lot more.
Okay. So we do have a fairly balanced interaction overall of registered members. It's half on Facebook, half on Discord.
Different places. Yeah. I mean, you've got those people that have very firm opinions about Facebook and whether they like to use it or not. So
Right. As long as they're being engaged in one platform or another, then I'm good. I just want to make sure, because off the top of it, the way it sounded was we have 300 some odd members, but only half of them are interacting because of the Facebook. But if the other half are interacting on the Discord, then that means they're all interacting, and that's good.
And especially lately, the ones that have joined the Discord from the last few member applications that have accepted, they're getting right in on there and starting conversation topics, getting to know people. So our greeters have been really on top of it, making sure that they're doing their due diligence and that the people that are joining the public channel have indeed been vetted through the application process. So good job, greeters.
Groovy. Do we have enough greeters?
I think so.
Awesome.
I haven't ever seen anybody really sit for terribly long before being greeted. So
awesome. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Well, I did mean to interrupt, but I interrupted, so whatever else you have with your flow, I apologize.
Nope, that was it. I just wanted to touch on the
Awesome.
membership growth. Interactions are still looking good. Discord is awesome, really. But I am seeing a lot more posts in the members group that are from non-council members, so that's nice to see. I think people are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with posting and sharing in there. So
Sweet. Awesome. Brad tried to get in with us here. Brad is our chair of Regnably It. He tried to get in, but apparently his computer is giving him some issues. So one of the things I do want to talk with him about on the Facebook is here a bit ago he had created the channel in the Discord, or asked me to create a channel in Discord for the what was it we called it, the coming out closet or something like that,
the
where people
open
could share
closet.
the open closet. There we go. Where people could share their stories and such. Do you think a thread of such on Facebook might be a good idea?
Do actually. I would keep it in the members only group.
Right. Right.
To keep it secure. But yeah, I think that could be really beneficial.
Awesome.
For, those people that are on Facebook, but not so much in the Discord. So they kind of see that same sense of welcoming that we're trying to extend.
Sweet. Since the scribe is not here and that falls under membership there, would you make a note to speak with Brad about it and the two of you correlate
We'll do that.
get something up for it?
Yep.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Do also want to give a shout out to you, my dear. Your work on the applications and the requests to join and stuff has been stellar. I haven't seen folks waiting and sitting there for days like before you came around. You've been doing an awesome job at that, and it really is noticed and appreciated. I know I haven't been around a lot lately. I've been dealing with some other stuff, and I haven't had a chance to tell you, but I do want to let you know that I've seen the work that you've been doing, and it's amazing. And kudos to you, and thank you very much for it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, can't really think of anything. Everything's flowing along really nicely. The overall membership growth has been a little bit slower, but I honestly don't see that as a bad thing. I think growing too fast has its own issues, so I'd rather slow and steady anyway. So
I agree with you there. Quality over quantity is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yep. And I feel like we've got some really good quality in our current members. So
awesome. One good thing that has happened to you this month.
oh geez. I don't know if it's a good thing yet. I did put in my application for the promotion. As last I heard, there were 2 applications, but one of them withdrew her application because she ended up being hired somewhere else. So as of now, as far as I know, I'm the only person that's applied. Unless they open it up to the outside, like to the public. Because they always start with hiring internally first, and then if they can't find a qualified person, they'll open it up to outside hiring. So yeah, my boss is actually off for the rest of this week, so I'm not gonna be able to get an interview till maybe next week. So, could be good, could be not good. I honestly don't know, like, if I should be hoping for it or hoping I don't get it. I don't know. I'm on the fence. It's a lot of work, but it would definitely be a pay increase. So
there you go. Well,
I'm just proud that I took the leap.
Indeed. Okay, and something else. You get number 15.
Okay.
As you know from our games, that should probably scare you.
Yes.
Number 15. How do you think people would communicate in a perfect world?
Ooh. I'm actually one of those people that really favors the concept of telepathy. I feel like there's really something to be said for being able to communicate not only like the words that you're trying to express, but also simultaneously the feelings and the intent behind that. I think it would really cut down on a lot of miscommunication when you can sense someone's true intentions.
That could be very dangerous at times too.
Could.
All right,
I think it'd be
Anya.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, it definitely would. Anya, thank you very much for all your hard work. You are awesome. Let's move over
You're
to
welcome.
Callista.
Hello.
Callista, how are you this evening?
I am very good.
Awesome. And what have you to report, great editor in chief? And
So the first new edition of Odin Saga was, I would say, a success. So a lot of positive feedback from it. Definitely got a lot of good. No, a lot of good leads going forward for people who would be willing to contribute. Beast, you gave me the one website where I can get the stuff for the kids corner, which is great. I'm still talking to Ellen about joining on a more permanent basis, just because she did such an amazing job with the pages that she gave me. Other than that, it's been pretty slow on my front. Collaborated with Storm for the Hispanic Heritage Month. She did most of the work though, so I can't really take credit for that one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. I do want to apologize for the flyers and everything not getting done when you wanted them done. You know what happened a couple weeks ago. So
what flyers?
the brochures and stuff that you had wanted me to make for the Pagan Pride Festival, I think.
I got those printed through GotPrint, I think it was.
Okay.
I have a box of them sitting here. So,
Okay.
yep.
The pocket altar and stuff I know I did, but there were a couple more that you wanted done that I didn't get to.
Oh, yeah. No,
I didn't have power for a week.
right. We'll deal with that later on. That's fine.
Yeah.
We also, I worked off of what Dylan had done and made a flyer for Bjorn
That's
as well.
great.
So we'll have those out at the booth. I'll discuss those later on when it comes to my point here. But
Good.
what is one cool thing that has happened to you this month?
I got a promotion.
Awesome.
Our sous chef quit, so I finally got to take his place. So
Sweet.
which is what I was hired to do, and then he never left. So I'm finally stepping into that role. Getting a pay increase on this coming pay check. So unfortunately, it means my hours have basically doubled, but it's good. So
With great power comes great responsibility.
yep, yep. So
All right. So for your fun, the amazing dice roller comes up with a 25. So your question, if you had a time machine, would you travel to the future or back to the past, and why?
mm, that's tough. No, it's for me. Probably the future. Just because I would love to see the advances, not like, in like a broad sense, but the thing that comes to mind why that's so tough is that if I could go to the past, I would love to see the library at Alexandria, but it's reopened. So I would love to see where it is in 100 years, 200 years. See what kind of knowledge is stored there. Just kind of chill and read and hopefully things have ironed themselves out a little bit more, so it's not
Well, cool.
dangerous.
Uh, as for your newsletter, because it is nothing like my newsletter, your newsletter is like 10 times better and amazing. Kudos and props for getting that done and getting it out. I've gotten nothing but compliments on it, people loving it, saying how good you did. So very well, very good work on that. Very proud of you for that, especially that everything else has been going on. So thank you for all your hard work and dedication. You are appreciated with it.
Thank you.
Hell,
Hello.
Al, you still with us?
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, dear?
I'm a little tired.
A little tired?
Mm-hmm.
Anything exciting or interesting or new in the Department of the Drayton?
I think we're kind of in a weird place. Like, we occasionally have people that are just stirring the pot, but we haven't had those in a long time, and it's been really peaceful. People have been policing themselves, and half the time, actually most of the time, they don't even need me around.
Right? When the sheriff is bored, life is good.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been. It's just,
Yeah.
there hasn't been any problems, really.
Right. But I love having you around, not only because I love you, but because the peace of mind that it gives knowing that you're there and knowing that you're keeping an eye on things, that you're always on top of it. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll your dice and see how mad your goddess is at you today. No, wrong show. Sorry. We've got you number 19. So 19. Oh, good Lord. Now, keep in mind, I did not write this list. This is a list that I found online. I thought it was fun. Number 19. How many windows do you think are in New York?
I mean, it's gotta be a couple billion.
Think a billion?
Yeah.
I don't have the answer. It doesn't give the answer. It just gives the questions.
What?
Let's see.
That's a horrible tease.
Now we need to know.
I'm
I don't,
Googling.
but
I'm
like, how do
Googling.
you do? How do you put a concrete number on that?
The Times guesses an average of 10 stories, making 2,000 windows per square block. Add another
Yeah.
500 or so for small inward-facing windows, and multiply those 2,500 windows by 1,850 blocks for 4.6 million windows total.
Wow, I was actually too high.
You
That
were.
is not exactly what I expected.
Yeah. No,
I expected to be too low.
4.6 million total in New York. So,
Fucking New York, pump those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
right? Yeah. Awesome. What is one fun thing that has happened to you this past month?
I started dating somebody. That's been pretty legit.
Did ya?
It's weird nerdy dating though, so it doesn't really. It's been great though. It's been
Yeah. And apparently you're really involved in doing taxes now.
yeah. Taxes is an amazing thing.
Taxes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Well, whether you are loved and appreciated, like I said, I love having you around, not only for you yourself, but also for the peace of mind of knowing that you're on top of things and you're doing an excellent job. Let's move on to Becca. Becca Dotting.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
How are you, dear?
I'm exhausted. How are you?
I'm okay. What do you have to report from the military side of things?
Yeah. So
And
Douglas
remember,
Smolder.
we are recorded.
Yeah, no, you're good. I got Douglas Smolder's letter out to him. I actually just ended up taking the one letter that I had already sent to MA3 Griffin, and which was probably the best letter that I've written because it was factual and it was to the point instead of tailoring it with which there's nothing wrong with this because I'll usually ask, is there anything that you want me to emphasize, or is there anything that you would prefer that I leave out? Because each chain of command is different, and if there's if there's present issues, I want to cover it so that a particular chain of command can be rest assured that this isn't an illegitimate thing. So what I ended up doing was just creating a template and taking out names, dates, and installation commanders, and making an easier template so that when these beard requests do come in, especially for the Navy, because the Army's a little bit trickier and the Marine Corps doesn't really have anything, which is crazy because they fall under our guidelines but then do their own thing. It's just going to be easier for me to just plug and play and get them their letters so that if they need something ASAP, they've got it, it's good, they don't have to worry about anything, and they can get that package routed as quickly as they can. So that's taken care of. There's a template for that. Obviously, with the Army, it's, like I said, it's a little bit trickier because not only do they have to include a letter from an organization, they have to write their own thing as well. So there's that. So that's sent off. I also was able to help somebody change their religion on INSEPs, which is just, I don't know what the Army calls it. They probably call it something else. But it's where you can go in, you can add dependents, you can take them off, you can update your address, you can disperse your SGLI or your life insurance accordingly as you see fit. So there is a very long list, which is somehow not in alphabetical order. So you have to kind of scroll all the way down and search for it. And the really cool part about the Navy is there's so many different things in there, like Druid's in there, and Wiccan is in there, and various other things are in there. Heathen is in there. Norse pagan is not, so the closest thing you've got is pagan or heathen, whichever one you want to actually to choose. So I was able to direct a service member in aiding them with changing their religion. So I got nothing else. Nothing else there. That's the update. It was short, sweet, and simple this time. So also, you never got back to me about those officers you wanted me to contact. So
It's coming. Don't worry.
okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not worried.
I've not forgotten. It's on the list. There's some other things that are going on beforehand to lay some groundwork, and then
No,
we'll have
you're
you.
good.
So
You are all good. You just let me know what you want me to do and when you want me to do it.
I shall. What is one good thing that has happened to you this past month?
Well, against the wishes of my wife, or I guess the wishes of my wife, I will not say the smart aleck remark since we are recording unless you want to pause it quickly. But I will just post it in the group chat. But I had my dedication ceremony last night to Thor.
And how did that go?
It was wonderful.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was great. it was really good.
Storm, behave.
I didn't say it. So it was really nice. I did trance work for the first time, which I don't think it's ever going to be that easy again. Because I've tried to work with trance work with one of my dear friends who is in this meeting tonight. And I was really struggling with it, but this time around, it just, I don't know. It was just super easy. I didn't have to wait for anything. I literally did my trance work and Thor was right there. So there was no waiting around. He was there. So it was
I'm so proud.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Mom.
All right. So for your number,
Oh,
You
here
get
we go.
4.
Oh, yay.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
A dead one. No, I'm just kidding. What kind of
Take you
tree
anywhere.
would I be? You should know better. What kind of tree would I be? Well, for legal purposes, I won't answer that honestly, but geez, I'd be an oak tree.
An oak tree. Why an oak tree?
It's sturdy, it's strong, and when you create things with it, they will last.
Good answer. Alrighty. The personal note for you, my dear, is I have seen the growth and the maturity that you've been developing over the last couple months, and it has been amazing. And I am so stinking proud of you for as much as you've been doing. I think everyone here will agree. You've been growing by leaps and bounds, and it is amazing to watch.
Yeah, because I'm
Yes.
still 5'2". So what's up with that?
Good things
Oh,
come in small
snap.
packages.
I appreciate it. I'm trying. Certain things happen. You kind of have to grow up
Yep.
in much more of an expedited fashion than you want to. So, but I'm trying. You guys make me better. You guys hold me accountable. So, I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for you guys. I have a really amazing support system and a family with you guys. So thank you.
Because we all love you. All right. Let's move on to Mr. Russ. Is your audio working this evening, Russ? Do we have a Russ?
Meeting has turned into a seance.
Hasn't it?
Us.
Can
Are you
anyone else?
with us?
Can anyone else hear Russ?
Cannot.
Russ, we cannot hear you. If you can hear us, we cannot hear you.
It's because he shaved his beard.
Russ, give us a sign.
That's what happens.
Okay, Russ, why don't you try rebooting your Discord and see what happens there? That kind of fixed it last time. While we're waiting for Russ to go through and get his audio fixed, Russ, when you get it fixed, just sound off and let us know that you're back, and we'll go from there. We'll go ahead and move on to Storm while we're waiting for Russ to do. Storm, my darling, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, thank you. How are things on your end?
Well, we're still in the midst of Hispanic Heritage Month. So, I made a post about the history of it, just a brief overview of it, and I think that went over pretty well. Let's see. We've got Native American Day coming up on the 24th, if you're in California and Nevada. If we have any members, I don't know if we have anybody in these areas, but Ireland, the UK, and the Netherlands, it's Black History Month starting October 1st.
Nice. And now we do have members there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let's see. We have Latin American Heritage Month starting October 1st in Canada. October 11th is Indigenous Peoples Day. We're moving more toward that, it seems, than celebrating Columbus Day, which some places have turned into, I believe, Italian Heritage Day instead.
Right.
Let's see. We've got October 12th, which is Dia de la Raza, which is also part of Hispanic Heritage Month. So I'll probably be making a post about that one this Friday.
Cool.
We've got Samhain, which I think we're all pretty excited about, or I think most of us are excited about. And then starting October 31st through November 2nd, we have Dia de los Muertos. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Awesome. And you're working with Callista and her team to get these out across the socials and such?
Yep.
Awesome. Alrighty. For the record, here at Awake in the North, we do not celebrate Columbus Day. We will celebrate it as Indigenous Peoples Day. For a multitude of reasons, it is better, I feel, that we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day. It's always been a sticky point with me. I think
Columbus was a jerk.
right. I think most everyone agrees that we do Indigenous Peoples, not Columbus Day. Pipeline 3. How is that coming along?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Is that kind of enough said kind of thing?
yeah, it's so I haven't gotten the full story yet. I've been focusing on the Hispanic Heritage Month, so I've kind of haven't been hyper focused on line 3 like I normally am. However, I did notice that correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows better. But from what I understand, the Minnesotan government or it's either the Minnesotan government itself or our actual federal government. It's one of the departments there. They are actually charging Enbridge, the company in charge of building Line 3, for numerous environmental violations.
Awesome.
It's something to the tune of a couple $2 billion.
Nice.
So, unfortunately, that's not exactly stopping the pipeline building.
Right.
And they've kind of upped the ante by actually employing Minnesota's own police forces against protesters. So that's a huge problem. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
When you have a chance or within the next couple days, if you would go ahead and repost about it, giving an update and
Will do.
posting links of where people can go to officially write or sign petitions or whatever community involvement we can do. Go ahead and
Absolutely.
drop that across the, again, work with Callista and her team and drop it across the socials, not just the members group, and
Absolutely.
get that word out for us. What is one
Okay.
cool thing that's happened to you this last month?
I said last meeting that I applied for school, but I actually got accepted
Right.
this month. So it's a long ways away. I got accepted for summer of 2022. So I've got some time before school starts, but I'm still really excited about it. So
Well, that should give you enough time to get the GoThry training program down before you start your other school. So, hey,
exactly.
benefits.
No
Right.
pressure.
All right, let's
fine.
roll the dice for you and see what you get.
Oh
We
boy.
get a number 7. Number 7. If you could compare yourself to an animal, what would it be and why?
I want you to know, first of all, this has been a thing on my mind since I was like 7. So, if I was going to be any animal, I would say that I am a dog. And I'm not saying that.
Not what animal. Not what animal would you be?
Okay.
But compare
What can I
yourself.
compare
Compare
myself to?
yourself now to an animal that's out there.
Well, that's a little bit more difficult.
Right?
Okay.
Still probably
Hey,
a
Russ,
dog.
we hear you.
Awesome.
Russ, we'll get to you in just a second here. Stormy said that you'd be a dog.
Yeah, with like no
Okay.
irony. Just I first of all am loyal to a fault. You can kick me a lot before I start to not like you. But also I like to sleep a lot. I can be super social when I need to be. Yes, I am a golden retriever specifically. Despite the numerous
Fair enough.
comparisons with a poodle for obvious reasons.
Right.
So Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
I need a dog.
You have been doing an amazing job since you took over as chancellor of BIPOC, and it has been noticed and noted by many people. I've had lots of folks come up to me and or text me or message me, the modern day come up to me on the street and tell me good things about how happy they are that you're doing such a great job and that you exist. So I am very happy with that. I have noticed also, in a large part to you, because I've gone straight out and asked them, we are starting to gain more members of the BIPOC community as members of Awaken the North.
Woo!
And
Hi, guys.
many of them have said that it's due to your posts and our acceptance and the public knowledge now that we are accepting of BIPOC folks. So it is amazing to see that your job is making a difference in a lot of people's lives, whether you realize it or not, my dear.
That makes me extremely happy.
Me too. And I am extremely proud of you for doing the awesome job that you've been doing. It is
Thank
great
you.
to see.
Thank you.
All right, Russ, you have voice back.
And only had to reinstall the application. All right. So, hello, everybody.
Good evening, good sir.
All righty. Good evening. So, digging into some financial happiness. August now is completely in the books, literally, actually, as it were. Was so far the biggest month yet in terms of revenue and actually, I think, expenses as well. Totals for the month were $936.54 coming in the door and $824.06 in expenses. September, by comparison, has been oddly slow, given that we're 20 days in, or we were when I pulled the numbers last, at 464 coming in and 447 going out. I have been doing a little more digging into the numbers the last couple of days, and it is kind of interesting to note that the current 6 months have raised about 11% over the 6 months prior to that in terms of both revenue and expense, which is probably close to, like, I'm going to call it a 1%-ish month over month cumulative growth rate, which is kind of cool. I was expecting it to maybe level off completely after about a year or so, but still building numbers. So great job, all you awesome recruiters out there. Donations continue to be kind of flat-ish with about 60 coming in for August, 47 in August, and 67 in September, so a little bit up. But overall, it's been about between 45 and 70 month over month for most months. We have been able to help at least one person out recently with kind of a important life move.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll be able to do more of that down the road. Kind of a little scatterbrained. I've been working on something else the last couple of days, so apologize if I'm a little bit wonky sounding on this particular presentation. But on that note, Beast, you got a couple of things in email you will probably want to look at.
Okay.
To get things together tonight to fax off some happiness to the IRS for the ongoing 501c3 fight.
Yes. Is it the, here we go. Okay, I've got those here now.
2 emails, 1 letter, 1 with a whole bunch of files. If everything looks good, I'll yank the files out, PDF them up, and you can sign and fax off.
Awesome.
So for everybody else who's not in on the secret conversation Beast and I just had, we have to provide some more information to the IRS for them to move forward with Awaken the North's bid to become a federally recognized charitable organization. So keep fingers crossed, knock on wood, ask some help from whichever deity you might like, who is good with numbers. Beyond that, back to the financials at hand. So yeah, things are fairly stable. We are doing a very good job spending almost as much as we bring in each month. So if we bring in a little bit more, we are spending more money that month. But keeping back about 5 or 10% to keep the bank account growing most months for a little bit of a cushion. So if we make more revenue, Beast kicks out more good stuff.
I know the numbers that you're looking at do not include today.
They do not.
They do not. I can tell you that. Reason being, the loot box and bloat in the box are all sitting behind me on the table, taking up more than half of the table. And I went through and printed out the mailing labels for each one. So that put a sizable dent into the finances as we have them now. But they all go out tomorrow to the post office to be mailed. So thankfully, that's
Waiting
only
for
a
them.
quarterly thing now, so we won't have that big of a hit every month. But those are all ready to go out. That's what our Patreon supports. So there's still a balance in there at the moment. Not quite as large as it was, but we have money. We spend money. It's what we do.
Point, right? That is the point.
Yep. So, alrighty. Overall, to dumb it down in layman's term, what I'm hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, is at this point, we do have more money at the end of the month than we have month, unlike my own bank account, which has more month than money.
In
So,
most cases, yes.
right, we're doing good. So, awesome. What is one good thing that has happened to you this month?
Despite September flying by, it hasn't really had a lot of memorable stuff. Maybe that's why it seems like it. As some of you noticed, I decided to shave my beard.
Right.
Thank you for these remarks. I like it. Interestingly enough, there are some friends who've known me for 25 years, never seen me clean shaven before.
Right. I will say that while it looks odd to me, you do have a distinguished face, and you are one of the ones that can pull off the clean shaven look.
Thank you.
Me,
Good to hear.
not so much. But you, damn it, you look good no matter what. So, yeah.
I might rock it for a while. Otherwise, I decided to try dreads out, and I've got a tattoo on the books for Friday. So,
Oh,
yeah.
what's that of?
My husband agrees that you look good both ways.
Why, thank you. Tell your husband I greatly appreciate that. Or
What's
if you
your
can hear that, awesome.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm having some bi confusion. I need to go lay down and pray.
I don't got no
Uh,
confusion. I just own that shit.
And the tattoo is a Loki bind rune, which is going to get to live right beneath the Vegvisir on the left forearm.
Awesome. Is that the binder I made?
No, it's a different one. For those of you that picked up the book, let me grab it real quick. So I'm going to blow the title. All right. The book Loki, Trickster and Transformation, Dagel Lofston did it. And she has a pretty interesting bind rune configuration that I really liked.
Very cool.
Comically, she's a tattoo artist. So I felt kind of bad, so I actually asked her permission to make sure she wasn't going to mind if somebody else tattooed it.
Nice.
And she was all hunky-dory.
Awesome. All right. So you, good sir, get the number 12.
All right.
Here you go. 12. Describe the color red to someone who is blind.
Color red to a blind person. All right. So easy answer is light a match, blow it out, and grab it. The hard answer, or maybe not quite so blunt answer, color red is a nice rare steak.
Fair. Awesome. I cannot begin to tell you how grateful I am for you. As you know, in our own private conversations, I do not do numbers, but for you, they seem to be as easy as speaking. And without you, Awaken the North would not be where we are today. And your dedication to the finances and such has been awesome. Your other dedication as a member of our Council of Elders is also noted and very much appreciated. I know there have been at least one whose life you've made a very big difference in recently in your counseling and discussions with them. And they've come to me with the reports just singing your praises the entire way. So I am very grateful that you are part of our family and such a positive member of the team. And I thank you for everything that you do so well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And that brings us to Dylan, who is ironically the only chair that is present this evening, isn't he? I don't think I'm missing anybody. Yep, nope. Dylan, you're the only chair that we have here tonight. So congratulations.
Thank you. Do I get a cookie?
No. Do you have
Fair
anything to report on the Kindred Affiliation Program?
No, not really. No new news on anything new.
That's not quite true.
What do you mean?
What are we doing Saturday?
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna get to that. No, there's no new kindreds, is what I'm saying. Me and Micah haven't really discussed much as far as getting his kindred out in Ohio going. I think he's still working on his internals of that, and he's going to get to me whenever he gets done. As far as the Western Dragon Clan goes, pretty sure we covered it last time, but Kat has, I think, all but like 2 or 3 of her community service hours taken care of. And then Felsen Kindred, I haven't heard anything from them. Haven't received any payments from them. Nothing along those lines. But they're still pretty much just a council at this point. So,
Right.
I mean, they still got some growing to do before they're really kindred. They're more just a group of like-minded individuals at this point. So, but I am looking forward to working with them as soon as they've got some more members and they've got all their requirements met.
Sweet.
Now, as far as my pet project, the Bear Clan, we have currently got, I believe, 10 full members. Let me double check those numbers, but we've got, I believe, 10 full members, and we're looking at 5 prospective members. We've got the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 full members, not counting our council. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 provisional members that are working on getting their full membership status. So pretty much neck and neck. We've considering that one extra person, we've more than doubled our numbers of people since our initial gathering. We have got an event coming up that Awaken the North is going to be at with us, as well as Beast Curiosities. We're doing a booth for Pagan Pride Days here in Springfield, Missouri. They're gonna open the floodgates at 11:30, and it's gonna go until, I believe, 6 is the time that they said they're gonna knock off on this coming Saturday. Very, very excited for that, because this is going to be our first event where we, as a kindred, and whereas Awaken the North as an organization, is really going to be out there showing our face, showing our flag, and really, shaking hands and pressing the flesh with the public, and basically showing everybody that we are serious about what we have going on religiously and as a community. Casey is down here. He's showing up our flyers. I've written the flyer out. basically to explain what our mission statement is, as well as a brief description of what we are about as a kindred. I've also included our link to our link tree. Casey was nice enough to get us a nice, awesome looking QR code on there. So
About
it's
to
easy
say, is that a
for
QR
everybody.
code?
Yeah, yeah. That
Awesome.
actually takes you to the Bear Clan link tree, which has links to awakenthenorth.org, the Awaken the North application page, the Bear Clan website, our Facebooks, my social medias, and the social medias I have set for the Kindred. So that one little piece of paper is going to be just a absolute metric ton of information that people can just scan that one little QR code, and they have access to everything. Information about us, about Awaken the North, what they can do to join, where they can join, stuff like that, as well as information on where we're from and what we're doing. I would really love to see on the flyers for Awaken the North. I know you guys have probably already got them designed and printed. But the QR code idea just popped into my head while I was typing it up. I think that's super awesome as far as marketability and getting our information out there. So not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but if I can hang that up in the local pagan shop with a QR code and somebody sees it and they're like, Awaken the North, take a picture, and then a month later they're scrolling through the pictures, they're like, I never went to this QR code. I feel like that could really touch a lot of people. So
That's definitely something that we can work into future publications and things like that.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kinda, yeah, but no,
No, at the same time.
because with the QR code I've made for Awaken the North, it does not go to the Awaken the North website. It puts a contact into your phone with the Awaken the North website, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias, the phone number, the address, all the information for Awaken the North is actually saved as a VLink contact into your cell phone. That way, as you're scrolling through, looking at, not only do you have the picture,
That's pretty
but
awesome.
you've also so it gets them thinking about us.
It's like a link
So-
tree that downloads right to your phone. That's really cool.
Yeah.
They don't have to be square, as you can see on this one. It's circle. You can do it in any myriad of shapes, colors, sizes, whatever. I've been playing with QR codes for Beast Curiosities for ages. I don't have any of my cards down here. My business card for Beast Curiosities has a QR code right on the back. So, I mean, I've been playing with QR codes for a long, long time, and they're very handy things to have, especially now since Android 11. I don't know about that fake phone, the iPhone thing, but Android 11 has it built into it to where when you take a picture of something that has a QR code in it, like the flyer, it automatically registers that QR code and automatically pops it as a QR code instead of having to have a specific QR code reader and stuff like that. It's automatically built into it, so it's good stuff.
I know my camera pops up with a little pop-up down at the bottom that says, "Would you like
Right.
to go to the site?" And you just click on it. It takes you right over
Yep.
there. That
Exactly.
that's what got me thinking, because I was like, how can I put my link tree on a physical piece of QR codes?
Right.
I do the tech.
And it works off computer screens too. You can post it on the Twitter, you can post it on Instagram, you can post it wherever, and that QR code will be read by phones, and they can pull it right off the screen as well. So
Yeah. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But no, I'm super excited. I've been telling everybody I can about it, and I haven't been that active on my Discord and on Awaken the North because the last week I was sick, and this week I'm trying to focus on hitting it hard at work and letting them know, hey, I'm not slacking off because I was off last week. But all things being honest, I'm like a little kid with Christmas approaching. Every day my Facebook notifies me, you're one day closer to Pagan Pride Day, and I'm like, shut up, you're making it take longer. So I'm really excited. I'm really ready to start shaking hands and saying, hey, I'm Dylan and I'm a Norse pagan. You want to be one with me? So it's just I'm super excited to get our name out and Awaken the North's name out. It's a big thing. I feel like this is like a monumental step for both Awaken the North and for my kindred is actually getting out there with a physical presence, especially after COVID last year. I think a physical presence at a street festival like this is going to be just really awesome. So I can't. I'll say it like 15 more times if I don't stop. So, but
That actually is what the emissary program is for. Unfortunately, Chris isn't able to make it tonight. But the emissary program is specifically built to train people across the country and across the world to be able to go to Pagan Pride Fest, to Pride Fest, to whatever market days, Saturday market, whatever, and set up a booth for Awaken the North and advertise us. We do not proselytize. We don't go door to door knocking, but we will have presences available for those who are seeking. So this is just the first of many that we will have out with Awaken the North.
something I was thinking for the emissary program is we can get just a stack of flyers and a battle axe and just go door to door kicking doors in and doing like a mini raid, but just leaving flyers instead of stealing stuff. Probably not a good idea.
We won't be doing that.
But I'll be the guinea pig. I'll do it for you.
My husband suggests putting a flyer on the door and sticking it in place with a dagger.
Ooh, the dagger.
Very
Yeah.
medieval.
All right. So Dylan, your number is number 20. What do you think about when you are alone in a car? And remember, this is being recorded.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie. Despite my good looks, that's where everything stops. It's a very shallow pool in my mind. When I'm driving, most of the time I'm like, damn, this is a banger. Listening to the radio or just most that or it's my mind's wandering about my personal life. I got to get this bill paid. Well, I've got this event coming. Especially since I started being a chieftain of the kindred. Once we started gaining traction and growing and actually being able to plan in-person events, pretty much every spare moment that I've got where my mind's not dedicated to something, I'm either thinking about personal at-home finances or what I'm going to do for my kindred next. And that's no joke. That's no smoke blowing or anything. That's honest. Like I'm just constantly focused on what can I do with my for lack of a better word, quote unquote church family, my extended family, to make their lives more positive through my actions. So it's
honestly that shows. With the conversations we have in Discord, conversations that we have in other places, it actually shows. So we know that you're not just blowing smoke. It actually is truth. And it's good to see. So,
appreciate that.
All right. Let's see. That's everyone who is present this evening. I want to thank you all for your dedication and hard work. It definitely shows. We did have one question that was thought of after her time, so we're going to go ahead and turn it back over to Callista.
When do you want the next newsletter to go out? Do you want it to go for Yule or?
Yes.
Okay.
Quarterly. There'll be quarterly newsletters at this point. That may change in the future, but for right now, we're sticking with quarterly. So Yule time will be our next newsletter that goes out, and it'll be fantastic, I'm sure. Just let me know what you need from me on that, and I'll get you my part. And just like the last one, the rest of it's yours, dear. Do with it as you wish. So,
got it.
Awesome. Anyone else have anything else that they want to discuss? Nope. Okay. As for me and my updates, let's see. Everyone wants to know what's going on with the Gothar training program. Oh, Becca, you have a question?
Not a question, but for anybody that's I guess wondering, because I've had a couple whatever questions. That the Little Hammer That Wood is back open, and we're back to doing stuff. So I know there was an announcement made, but I've had a couple questions of people in the group messaging me. So I just wanted to, not a shameless plug, but I mean, if these are put up for recording, then someone will hear it, and then they've heard it straight from the horse's mouth. So
That works. Shameless plugs are always allowed, so we're okay. Okay. Gothar training program is coming along by leaps and bounds. We are projected to have it finished by the end of November. At that point, it will be open for. We're going to keep the first class small. What we're going to probably do is hold a lottery style for the first group to go through. I want to keep the first group down to about 10 members, purely so that we can go through and fix any bugs or issues or things like that with a small focus group. Because let's face it, it's a big course. There's gonna be issues. There's gonna be problems. I've been building this mostly myself. Galaxy has been a great help with it. Unfortunately, she's not here tonight. But she's been a great help. I've gotten input and bits and pieces provided by other folks as well, which has been very awesome. I've been in touch with leaders in their fields to take care of some parts of it for me that I just did not feel comfortable doing, or that I knew they know more than me, which is just about everybody. So it is coming along great. As I mentioned earlier, the loot box and bloatna box is sitting behind me on the table, all packaged up, sealed, labeled, addressed, ready to go. I'm taking them down to the post office tomorrow morning because I will not be that mean to my local mail carrier and make her pick them all up. I will take them down myself and drop them off at the post office, so that is awesome. There are several other orders and such that are in that pile to go out, including the one for Heather, Becca. So you can let her know that it's going out in the morning, and it'll be good. As Dylan had mentioned, we do have the Pagan Pride Fest coming up on Saturday. I will be there with my business booth with Beast Curiosities. We are also hosting an Awake in the North and Bjorn 8 booth together. They're going to be right next to mine, so I can kind of keep an eye on both of them. I'm going to have Dylan running the Awake in the North and Bjorn 8 booth while I run the Beast Curiosities booth, but we'll all be there to help out. Last I heard, most of the Kindred members themselves are coming to the booth as well. So we're going to have plenty of people manning both booths to help out. It'll be awesome. One of the things I'm excited for those of you who may remember him, one of our old council members, Mike Stimmitz, is coming up for the day as well. So that will be good to see Mike and hang out with him for a while. Another interesting note with it, that other group that we have had a, shall we say, tumultuous past with, the Asatru community. They have a new director of religious affairs, John Snow III. Yes, John Snow is his actual legal name. I've known John for ages. John is an amazing guy. He will actually be in town, and he's going to come hang out with us for a little bit. I am hoping that with the solid friendship that John and I have, perhaps we can start to mend some bridges and how to put it, mend some bridges and make our resources available for the regular members of the Asatru community. As heathens, we need to grow past our individual issues that we all have with each other, and realize that all the groups out there, whether it be the Austria community, Awaken the North, the Troth, all these different organizations that are out there, we need to start building bridges and working together for the benefit of the members, and not do the squabbling over or between the management, as it were. Being a longtime member of TAC before I came over to Awaken the North, for the most part, the membership of TAC are amazing people. And I am excited to be able to work with them again in the knowledge and growing of understanding of our faith. So hopefully that will turn out to be a good thing. Even if none of that does come to fruition, I get to hang out with John again, which is awesome because he's an amazing guy. Let's see. Other things. This is why I really wish Galaxy was here, because she's my brain. She keeps track of everything I'm supposed to talk about. That's part of her job as my assistant. I know there's probably another 10 things that I'm forgetting, but so be it. So with that, unless anyone has any other questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, I think we'll go ahead and call this meeting good. Does anyone have anything final they'd like to say?
I love y'all.
We love you too, Becca.
Aww.
I
Aw.
love you guys too.
We love you.
All right. So, motion for the meeting to be adjourned. Do I have a second?
I
All right. Becca has seconded. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting done. All y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.